Okay, 5 to places, 5 to places. Hello, everyone. I'm Joshua William Gelb, and welcome to Theater in Quarantine. It's June, 10th? Wow. Yikes. And it's already 7 o'clock here in New York City. Thanks for joining me for the 9 o'clock problem, written by Dan O'Neill. Now, I want to share a couple of things before we get started. First, what you are about to see is live. This is not a film or a pre-recorded broadcast. This is happening right now in a closet in my apartment. Now, it's been a little over a year since I converted the closet behind me into the Theater in Quarantine. And along with my collaborators and co-creative director, Katie Rose McLaughlin, I want to say thank you for tuning in and helping make this project such a huge success. Now, if you like what you see tonight, please feel free to give us a donation, big or small. You can do so at any point directly in the chat or through the donation link on our page, which is still redundant and a little meaningless. And we'll fix it for them. Look, I'll just keep going. Any and all proceeds go directly to the artist whose work you're about to see tonight, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to see all things TiQ. Now is the time which I also must mention that tonight's announced production of a new work titled The 9 O'Clock Problem has in fact been something of a ruse. Is that the right word for it? Can't we just make a note to revisit later? So instead, and I'm quite excited about this, well, those of you who follow the early days of Theater in Quarantine may remember an informal poll that I put on Facebook to gather input as to what play or musical I should attempt by myself in the closet. And Cats won, but I'm not doing Cats. Second runner-up, however, was Noises Off. And so, without further ado, yes, we're doing it as a, culmination of sorts. Now, I think we've determined the limitations of the closet, and this is going to put them to the ultimate test. Okay, I think we're almost ready. Tonight's show is going to be approximately minutes, and if you want to say hi, please stay tuned after the show for a brief chat with us about our process and the work. So, let's get started. I'm going to take a brief 1-minute break so I can get into places. Thank you again, and enjoy Noises Off.
All day. My housekeeper, yes, but this is her afternoon off.
Wow.
We got the place entirely to ourselves.
Wow.
Hello? Anyone at home? So, what do you think?
Great. And this is all yours?
Oh, just a little shack in the woods, really. Converted posset mill, 16th century.
All these doors.
Oh, just a handful, really. Study, kitchen, and a self-contained service flat for the housekeeper.
Terrific. And which one's the...
What?
Well, you know.
Oh, through here.
Fantastic.
Only now I've lost the sardine.
Donald, your horses. Oh, Lord, love a duck, shut up, I'm on my way. It's no good you going on. I can't open sardines and answer the phone. I only got 1 pair of feet. Hello? Oh, Mr. Brent's not here. He lives here, yes, but he don't live here now because he lives in Spain. Now, she's in Spain too. They're all in Spain. Am I in Spain? No, I'm not in Spain, dear. I look after the house. Only I go home at 1 o'clock on a Wednesday, so that's where I am. And if it's about letting the house, well, you have to ring the house agent, for they're the agent for the house. So, Squire, Ackham, and, now, if they're not in Spain, they're next to that phone in the study. Squire, Ackham, hold on, I'll go look. It's always the same, innit? So as soon as you take a weight off your feet, it all comes down on your head. And I take the sardines. I leave the sardines. I take the sardines.
You leave the sardines and you hang up the phone. Yes, right. I hang up the phone.
And you leave the sardines.
I leave the sardines.
You leave the sardines.
I hang up the phone, and I leave the sardines.
Anyway, it's not midnight yet, and we don't open till tomorrow. So you're holding the receiver.
I'm holding the receiver.
Squire, hack 'em and hold on.
Squire, hack 'em, and hold on. I'm hanging up the phone. Always a 5 minutes, put your feet up for 2 minutes, and immediately all comes right. My housekeeper, yes, but this is her afternoon off. So we've got the place entirely to ourselves.
Wow.
Oh, come on. Sorry, everyone. We're gonna have to go back one cue. Sorry about that. Isadora's been a tad temperamental lately. This won't take a minute. Yes, but this is her afternoon off. So we've got the place entirely to ourselves.
Wow.
Hello, anyone at home? So what do you think? Well, it's
great, all yours.
Shack in the woods, really. Converted posset mill, 16th century. Just a handful,
all these doors.
really. Study, kitchen, self-conservice, service flat for the housekeeper.
Where's the... Fantastic.
Through here.
Only now I've lost the sardines. Stop!
Okay, we are... Gosh, we're getting an echo at the moment, so... Again, I'll just set this... we should be able to take care of it. All these for the flat service of consultants, kitchen, study, and the hands just all your great 16 else pass converted wood can the shadow just wow. So what do you one anyway to our entire place we've got so you know to harass but there's keep a house my housekeeper, yes, but this is her. Okay, hold. No, we're still going on. Yes. Yes. No, I know. Oh, gosh, I don't know why I get so upset. Yeah, we're... look, we were going to call the show the 9 o'clock problem because, when I drink between shows, I get a little rowdy, so... Maybe we should get started on that a little early tonight. And no, I will not say that the night of the show. Okay, let's go at it again. All these doors. What? Oh, through here.
Oh, I've lost the sardines.
Who are you? I'm not here. I'm off. Only, it's royal, the horse races. They all wear those funny hats with the little fruit on top of them. Who are you? I'm from the agents. Squire, Ackerman, Dudley. Walking in here as if you was a bird. Oh, no, I'm here just to go into a few things. Do some 1 or 2 odd jobs. And, I've got a client. I'm showing a prospective client into the house. What is going on with these loops? I can't... Nothing's capturing right. This isn't gonna work. I'm sorry. Everyone, I'm sorry. This just is... Fuck. You can't slam a digital door. I mean, this is our fucking problem here. See? I mean, is it funny when I do this? When we have a door, we have a fucking door. It's right over there. A completely pointless, useless door. Let's take a break. 10 years. Yeah. We'll meet back in Zoom in 10. Okay? doors don't work. I mean, I don't actually know. We could reset it all again. But it just keeps happening, and I don't know why. No, it's not your program, I don't think. And where we're at with this now is that we have broken it all to the extent that it can be broken, beyond the point that it can be fixed.
Well, people do like it when it breaks. They're into the glitch.
But why?
It makes it seem more live that way.
Why does it matter if it seems live? I take issue with that.
Otherwise, there's no apparent risk. It's dangerous to be live. The only way to pay off that danger is...
To fail?
Seemingly.
But to fail on purpose would just be a hat on a hat on a hat. A whole pile of hats.
It could just all be hats.
Oh yeah, I could just try on a bunch of hats. Okay, well, wait, let's look at something. Because there's the television, right? I mean, this is the television that fell, and it hit me here. Or was it here? We have the footage, obviously, and, well, that was the most live that it could get.
Did it make you feel live?
It made me feel, well, alive, because I could have been dead.
I don't think that's what people are asking for when they say they want liveness.
Isn't it, though?
No one wants to see someone die.
Because it would be what? Traumatizing to the person watching? Not to mention for the person dying, but okay, let's unpack this some more.
Do you feel live?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes, I feel live right now.
Why?
Because I'm living and breathing and thinking.
Well, when don't you feel live?
I'm always live to myself. My experience is entirely live.
So what makes it not live?
Nothing. I'm always alive. That's part of the problem. Because, okay, yes, I do crave the latency, maybe.
Latency, yes,
Oh,
okay.
you know about the latency problem, right?
With regard to performing, yes. Whatever you're doing in order to make it a performance, has to be broadcast elsewhere.
Right.
Otherwise, it's what? If it's not broadcast.
It's, well, just something I could try to tell someone about later. It's only live to me.
Sure. So, what we're talking about is how to be live for other people. But when you do it in there, alone, there's a latency. It takes about 28 seconds for what you're doing live to become live in the elsewhere that contains the audience.
I mean, sometimes it's less, 20 seconds or whatever, but 28 works.
Which is due to a transfer of data. The speed at which data can move through various servers and appear elsewhere.
Basically, yes.
So, all it takes for something to no longer seem live is, well, it's in the transfer. You turn yourself into data. Data moves through space, reconstructs itself on a screen somewhere, and now it becomes a reconstructed performance of what you were doing 28 seconds ago.
Yes.
And 28 seconds appears to be long enough to lose the immediacy of the moment.
Apparently.
Unless something goes wrong.
Apparently.
Wrong to the extent that the duration of latency consumes the performance. Long enough that the data transfer is no longer possible. Long enough that you cannot go forward.
I mean, possibly.
So, liveness is the constant possibility that you'll have to go back and do it all over again.
When in fact, actual liveness, being alive and in the moment, means you can't go back. You've said the thing. You can't take it back. You've ordered the fish. A mistake. This isn't a fish place. Why order the fish? But it's done. There's no going back. And that's...
Yes.
So there's these two realities working in opposition. They create...
You're between.
Between being live and not live.
But you can only live at the breaking point for so long before it becomes...
Sure, just say it.
Latency also means the state of existing, but not yet being developed or manifest. Concealment.
Okay, that's not what I expected you to say.
It does seem like there's some concealment at play, though.
Like the data transfer conceals my...
No, not just in the transfer. Maybe it's...
The set? The material?
The artificial surroundings. The
Everything
aspect...
that makes it seem like more than just...
A man in a closet by himself.
Right.
It's not you that needs to break. It's the artifice that surrounds you.
And when the artifice breaks...
Feels live.
But without the artifice...
It would just be...
A man in a closet by himself. With no doors to slam. I'm hungry now. I think I'll order a pizza. You want to order a pizza too?
Pizza sounds good.
Let's order it at the same time and measure the latency.
The time between the pizza being ordered and the pizza
Exactly.
being delivered? It's going to be longer than 28 seconds.
One can only assume.
I just went downstairs for the pizza, and I found this big box there instead, but it was addressed to me. And so I carried it back up, and it wasn't a heavy box, but I feel out of breath. My heart rate's up. I'm just so out of shape, is what I'm thinking. But out of what shape exactly? What shape was I before? I was in this shape. And does that mean I haven't been live? Or let's use a continuation of the idea that I haven't been living. I've been alive this whole time, but have I been living? What's changed between then and now? Why can't I remember what the feeling was that I would have when I felt living? I do feel sluggish now. Latent. A door is something you use to get out of the place that you're in now. And I've been actively looking for doors, seeking an exit strategy. But the reverse might be more what you're experiencing right now. You're looking for a way back in. This is definitely not the funny version of doors.
This has been a longer than intended break. I was hoping we were going to be able to use it productively, care for whatever needs might have arisen, hydrate, or build something new, solve a problem, have an epiphany, or just catch up on something.
Some of us did all those things already. Yet, the break wasn't over. The break just continued on, and we did all those things again, until they were just another loop, behavior. And for some reason, because there was no end to the break, the things became less and less important, until they were rendered entirely meaningless. But the funny thing, scary thing, not funny, was that so far, nothing has replaced those things in our lives. And so now we need the break to end.
But I haven't finished what I was working on. Did you open the box that wasn't your pizza?
Not yet. Might just be an empty box. When I open it, and I find that it is in fact empty, I'm going to put some of my things in it. The things I need to keep going. And then I'm going to put it somewhere so that it's there for me when I'm ready to go.
Somewhere like where?
Closet, maybe?
Are you ready to go now?
More than ready, but I haven't decided yet what to put in the box.
Oh, you haven't even opened it yet.
Right.
Because you don't know what to put inside it once it's been opened. Otherwise,
it's just another empty box. Did your pizza come?
Yes.
How was it?
It was great in the moment, but now I have to say it was somewhat forgettable. All of this is about to become irrelevant, of course.
Perhaps.
It was a condition that people craved when people's options were limited. Habits
And
were
in this
upended.
new space entirely of their own
Space
creation.
entirely
It was
of their
fun
own
for a
creation.
while.
It was fun
Was
for
it?
a while.
Was it?
Until it became boring, and after it became boring, it became painful, and after it became painful, it became unbearable, and after it became unbearable, I found ways to numb the pain, and after the pain was numb, I didn't feel it anymore, but only if I kept repeating the loop that lessened the pain, which was obviously not a healthy loop. So now I need to break the loop, to go back to the feeling, but I don't want to experience the pain, and so it has to be a different liveness, a new source of, or the sources I use to cope, to get by during this time, need to be radically discarded in order to survive, and later, one hopes, get back to something more like living again.
I have always been under the impression that theater was about remembering.
I can see that about you. But going forward, I think it's about forgetting. at least for a while.
And it was all a bad dream.
No.
He pops out of bed, and it was all a bad
I won't entertain
dream.
this thought even for an instant.
What, narratively, or like more like the overarching?
Either or.
How live are dreams, would you say?
There is a latency quality to a dream, like an echo. You forget it almost as soon as you wake up, or it comes to you later. Dreams as the equivalent of a latent performance of the self to the self, for no obvious reason.
And it was all a bad dream.
You got stuff done. Worked all night. Never took the time to sleep in the first place.
God, have we fixed anything?
It's unclear. Why don't you do a hard reset, and then we'll start again and find out.
Okay, we're doing a hard reset, everybody. Hold on to your hats.
Ooh, did we need hats for this?
Getting mine right now.
I don't think we mean literally.
But I never get to wear this hat.
I love that. Oh, it's so great.
It does look good, actually.
So what's different now?
I think we're just hoping the changes worked.
What did we change?
Just a little here, a little there.
A tweak.
Should we have changed more?
How much can you change in one break?
Not too much, honestly.
Hold, please.
This would all be easier if there wasn't a snowstorm outside.
Dude, it's June. Where are you right now?
So, and this is real, I think the firemen are outside and maybe there's a fire.
Where?
The internet could really cut out at any moment, which fucks everything.
Obviously.
We just had an issue with copyright infringement, so can you just hum it?
All the comments are spam, and I keep wanting to respond to them anyway.
Did you just sprain your ankle?
Only a little bit. Let's keep going.
From where?
I mean, this is obviously wrong. This isn't even the right show, so... Can we do a door slam?
But we don't have a door.
Yeah, I thought we cut the door.
Well, the sound of a door slamming, how about?
Can someone just...
Slam!
On the nose much?
Bang!
That's more like a gun.
Should it be? Should it be more like a gun?
No, I don't think so.
Kablam! Kablooey! Slam! Slam! Slam!
Oh, shit.
Are we seeing this in real...
I'm on my phone now.
Oh, but he's up.
He's up. He's bleeding.
We should stop. We should stop this right now, right?
What was supposed to be holding it up? Can we...
No, do not reset. This needs to be...
I'll just
You're
wear
not
a hat.
fine.
Go get some water or something.
Or like a bandage.
No hats.
It's really not part of the show anyway.
We need to make sure that it's bolted or screwed or...
What if there was a door?
Doors are cut.
Why?
Not delivered in time.
Hey, I'm here,
How
I'm
are we
ready,
gonna-
but what show are we doing?
Oh man, he's really got a concussion or something.
You should go somewhere and get that looked at, dude.
Yeah, seriously. Get it checked on before we...
Seriously, I'm fine.
Before
I'm
we
resetting.
all.
Play the music.
Move forward.
Is music playing? Can anyone...
My audio's popped.
I hear it.
Okay, yeah, me too.
You have to go to another screen and click a...
Oh, it's like a sub-menu.
Share computer audio.
Oh.
Are you blind when you're born? Can you see in the dark? you look at a king, would you sit on his throne? Can you say that your bite is worse than your bark? Are you the cock of the walk when you're walking alone? Because jellicles can, angelicals do. Jellicles do, angelicals can, angelicals can, angelicals do. Angelical cats, angelical cats, angelical kings, angelical...
Hold, please.
Is this the show now?
I guess we're doing cats.
Will there be buttholes?
I can program a butthole, but no, we're not doing cats. Was I doing cats just now?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I don't know noises off well enough.
Did you even read the script?
Yeah, it was sent out like a day ago.
I've been doing other things though, so...
Just watch the movie you can get on
Amazon.
Amazon. Is he talking right now?
I can't hear him.
His mic is off.
Your mic is off. He can't hear us either.
Someone should call maybe.
I'll text.
His phone's turned off though.
Okay. I just need some clarification on what the show is.
Are we going back?
Oh, that's great. I can hear again.
I still can't.
Yeah, there's a sub menu.
I'm on a tablet.
Then I have no idea, honestly.
Should I move forward? Hold! What the fuck? Hello? Everyone's frozen. Can you still hear me? Is anyone still watching? Yes, hello, it's Joshua William Gelb. Welcome to the Theater in Quarantine. It's June 10th and well past 7 o'clock here in New York City, and I want to take this time to thank you for tuning in, joining me for the 9 o'clock problem by Dan O'Neill, except that my internet appears to be out, unless it isn't, unless this is happening, in which case... Okay, oh, hold on, I'm getting someone on the line. I'll just... yeah, hi?
Hello, and thank you for calling the customer service line here at Spectrum. How can I be of assistance?
Hi. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
There's no echo or delay between...
No, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Because I think I'm having an internet problem.
What seems to be the problem?
I don't think anyone's... I don't think the internet's working.
Have you reset the router and checked the modem?
Yes, I've done these things so many times. Can you check the... Because I'm in a weird... Look, I'm doing this live show, or I'm rehearsing for a live show. God, I'm not actually sure if I'm performing or... Could you go online right now?
You want me to go online?
Yeah, go online and Google the following...
I'm just going to look it up here by your account number.
Yeah, sure. It's, hold on. It's 332 498 0238.
0248?
No, 0238.
Okay, I've got it pulled up. Thank you.
Look, I guess what I need to know is if the server is transmitting any of this to anyone. I know it's a lot to ask. There's a blizzard.
No, there's no blizzard.
Well, there was once a blizzard.
The atmosphere at the moment should not be an issue with this connectivity problem.
So there is a problem. Okay, that's something. Can we fix it? Ideally by the 9 o'clock hour. I'd really like to... Oh, what time is it?
I'm actually watching your show right now.
Which part? What? Oh, no, you can't be. We're not broadcasting. Oh, my God, have we been...
You're on the phone with the service rep, and there's this... Is that a closet?
Yes. Well, yes, it is. Yes?
And there's a person in the closet.
Well, yeah, that's me on the phone with you.
And there's another person in the closet.
No, that can't be right, because...
There's definitely another person in the closet. This show is great. Okay, Mr. Gelb, I do actually see an issue here, so I'm going to take a few moments, and then we are going to do a hard reset and see if that fixes the problem. Does that sound okay? Are you still there? Okay, I'm going to go ahead with this, and after it all goes down, you have to wait 28 or 30 seconds or so before it all comes back online. By then, you should be fine. By then, everything should be fine.
KR, can you just say 3, 2, 1, and then everyone clap, and it'll be all a little off, but it'll be at least you.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Gosh, what is this towel of yours? Are you attacking?
That's my cat's unitard.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I just love
So
that you're
good.
wearing it.
I've been spending a lot of time in it today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, should that entire section just be like, actually everyone gets really close?
I love it. Great. And so, and I.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do over. Okay.
Talk of the walk. When you're walking alone, because jellicles can, and jellicles do. Jellicles do, and jellicles can, and jellicles do, and jellicles can. Jellicles, cats, and jellicle cats. Jellicles do it, and jellicles.
Hold, please.
Is this the show now?
Hello, everyone. Hi, I am. Oh boy, immediately. I have to go back to performance mode, or otherwise, the internet immediately starts to get choppy. I'm Joshua William Gelb. That was not part of the play, I promise. I'm Joshua William Gelb.
I'm Nick Lehane.
This is Nick Lehane. We're in here in this apartment together.
Real
It's
life.
sweltering hot apartment where we have to turn off the AC because, sound bleed and such. And we also have an amazing Pink Clouds rock concert down the block. So there's a lot we're competing with. But thank you so much for watching. This is Theater in Quarantine. And we're going to bring, excuse me, I'm choking now. I'm going to have this beer. And we're going to bring in the collaborators, and we're going to talk on Zoom and answer any questions you might want to put into the chat. So I am going to figure out how to do that right now, see if I can remember, because we did not practice earlier today. But, again, so thrilled that you're all here. If you haven't subscribed to TiQ, please do. If you enjoyed tonight's performance, please consider giving us a donation, either at our Fractured Atlas page in the video description or in the chat directly. Okay, I'm very close. Here we are. We're going to have Katie Rose McLaughlin and Dan O'Neill here with us tonight, talking to me and Nick Lehane. And let's bring them in right now. You're going to have to do this. Gosh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful, and we can hear you too. I'm going to assume this works, because as soon as I get out of performance mode, we always have a problem with the choppiness.
The
So,
YouTube setting, not the psychological state. Performance.
Important to note.
Great. So we have got... Oh, I should get my video on. You can't see me. And how are you?
I'm good. Well done, sir.
Well,
Sirs.
aside from unsuccessfully getting the cat suit on,
I thought that was fine though. It was very period appropriate.
Oh yeah, totally. It's like
Super chic.
Uh-huh.
Josh is very chic.
Is it Boris Aronson who did costumes on cats? Because I think
that's something I don't know.
You would know.
Well, obviously, this is a show about malfunctions and failures, which we know all too well here at Theater in Quarantine. But if anyone, again, has any questions or wants to ask anything, please put it in the chat. In the meantime, let's just do, I guess we did introductions, right?
Yeah, you did such a good job.
That's a first. I usually disappear. But
wait, do you have all the beverages that you need for this moment?
I have.
Great.
I have a beverage.
Nick,
yes.
do you need a beverage? Do you need a water? Do you need a beer?
Good.
I'm all right for now. I appreciate it.
Great.
Okay.
Well, so yeah, Dan, talk to us, please. Tell us a little bit about this play and the process of making this play, because it happened very abruptly.
Yeah, we did it fast. Let's see. Well, it was like, 3 weeks ago that we had a meeting about what you guys were interested in. Because it's sort of reaching this culmination point of the closet experience. And so there were only a few things, I guess, that you hadn't yet tried. There's probably plenty that you hadn't tried, but you were interested in experimenting with a few things specifically. And you said doors. You showed me some doors. You're like, I'd like to do something with doors.
I wanted to do something with doors, yes.
Yeah. And I had this weird idea where it was going to be like a Russian hack situation, and someone's going to take over your computer. And I tried to combine those two ideas. I used noises off first, just sort of to be silly, and then it turned out to be the right choice. Because I can't write a farce, I don't think. And then we had a draft.
You don't know that. You could write a farce.
I don't know. That's a real specific kind of play. Yeah.
Farce has gone out of fashion lately.
Perhaps.
Dan, you should bring it back.
Perhaps. Well, we're doing it right now. And then, so that draft had some ideas in it, but we pivoted to something that was what you saw tonight. And that all took place in less than 5 days.
Is
right?
anyone else in your apartment right now as a stagehand besides Lehane? Hi, Melby.
Hi, Katie Melby.
Hey. The answer is no. We don't have a stagehand at all. That's Nick and I doing all the work here. Yeah, you're running around. Josh is running around.
And should be noted that like this is the first time this has happened.
Yeah, so
like
true.
It's so great that we have Nick to help with the things, because usually it's just Josh.
Yeah, I mean, it's very special getting to work with Nick. Nick, could you speak a little bit about your relationship to the closet? Because I think it's sort of special.
The early hello thing? Yeah. Josh hit up a few people before Theater in Quarantine existed when he had painted his closet white. And it was really, really early pandemic. And we video chatted and did some weird stuff with projection. And I wanted to, I feel like trying to find a time to link up since. So I'm happy to have caught it before it turned into its next thing.
Yeah. We were kind of looking for some sort of doppelganger figure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think particularly at this moment, I know Katie Rose and I have been talking a lot about the future and what happens to this kind of work, once everything has opened up. And, and we're contending with that right now as it's beautiful out. And the last thing on everyone's mind is being back in these Zoom rooms and thinking about remote theater when, frankly, we can go out again. Mm-hmm. And so while I don't think that has any necessary bearing on digital theater as, say, an art form in the future, I do think for this particular summer, we're going to contend with a sort of a particular, almost like resistance to this kind of work. And so we were interested in grappling with that and grappling with what it means to go outside again and grappling with what it means to bring another body into the space. And how do we do that after almost a year and a half of sort of making work in such isolation? And so it was just a deep pleasure to bring Nick in. He has 1 or 2 inches on me, but otherwise, plus you have hair.
Gas mask.
I don't. We have Zoom video choppiness again. We always do in these talkbacks these days. But that being said, it's been and so the bringing in someone to really think about the tricks of how we can sort of reveal a second performer seemed really like a fun challenge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that the subject matter is still about like grappling with self in a show where you finally bring in another human. I like that.
And for anyone who hasn't really, I don't know, watched a lot of these or doesn't actually know, Josh and Katie Rose are adamant about everything that's possible to do live, they do live. Sometimes to the point where it's like insane. So
usually to the point where it's insane.
And it seems kind of intentional to me. Like they are pushing this to the breaking point every time they do it. And I thought that was a pretty interesting tension. Like, for example, Nick's that sort of extended section in the middle where it's Nick on a phone. That's Nick on a phone in the bathroom with a towel over his head, right? Or something.
Yeah, so there's not feedback. We kept having, I kept going farther and farther away. It's like, okay, when you're in the bathtub, there's no feedback.
Right.
Stay in the bathtub.
And I would be like, well, can't we just like pre-record it? Wouldn't that just be easier? And Josh was like, yes, but yeah. So I thought,
no, I was like, just put a blanket over your head. Maybe that'll work.
And it's admirable. I think even if this was if this was not digital theater, if you were doing this on a stage, what would that change? Would you then be like, well, we can do pre-recorded video because we can do more effects with it, or would it? Like, I'm just curious. Like, that's an interesting question I only just thought of. But like, they have gone the extra mile to make every single possible bit live, which I think is quite admirable and adds to the sort of high wire act that is Theater in Quarantine.
I mean, it's so tricky. Like, if you were to put it on stage, I think here's the difference. And Dan, you speak to this so much in this text, right? Like,
the difference is whether or not we're doing it live. It's all the same mode of performance, so you can never really tell. So for instance, all like Katie Rose and Dido and Afra and Peiyi, who appear in the second half of the show, we're all pre-recorded. And yet we could have done that live. It was pre-recorded because it's easier and we can only do so many video inputs in my system without breaking everything. I feel like on stage, were those to be pre-recorded, that there would be a dissonance of performance, right?
Probably.
Like,
yeah.
So it also, you know, in that instance, we'd probably have 4 live actors somewhere, you know, with a camera on them. And that would, you know, create a synchronicity of performance. And I think the big challenge here in this mode is that you can't tell. And so people get a little like, oh, okay, so what's going on here? Who is live and who isn't live? So what are the parameters that we're measuring this stuff by? This is all a play.
Julia asks, can you talk a little bit about the visual design for this piece? The visual metaphor with you two at the end is just stunning.
Oh, thanks, Julia.
Thanks, Julia.
The visual design of this piece.
It's the first time that you're stepping away from just that perspective, right? Of the
effectively, yes.
frontal camera.
Yeah. Even when we've been, I
mean,
mean,
live feed of the.
Yeah. I guess that's totally true.
Certainly, the first time we see the kitchen and stuff.
The apartment, without
kind of
a doubt.
behind the scenes. You talked about noises off as the
Oh,
structure. That's
thank
part
you
of it,
for
right?
helping me with this answer.
Well,
It's been a
This
long
is
day.
great. This is great.
I appreciate
Such a joy.
Yeah, so that's a good point, Nick. I'll start there. So sort of informed by Noises Off, which of course is in its own 3-act structure, starts off on stage, the second act is backstage, and you understand the play now that you've seen what happens on stage, and then the third act is back on stage in a pure chaos mode. It's kind of a similar structure to this piece, so you see what happens on our stage in our usual setup, where we kind of invented I mean, it's sort of a riff off our Gas Heart, like what would a Noises Off be if I was attempting to do it as a loop system? And then we actually show the apartment and try to treat that as a stage, and it's very different. And then beyond that, trying to figure out, then trying to kind of go back to this more fractured digital space. Yeah, I mean, in terms of, we were very excited about incorporating the apartment, and my very long, narrow apartment has all these little nooks and crannies that you can hide in and appear from, and that I think allowed us to play a lot with a single, still a single point of view in some cases for a sustained amount of time, and I was surprised by the amount that we could accomplish through Isadora. In terms of building out different effects that could be applied to something that was slightly less controlled than the closet itself. Yeah. KR, speaking of the ending, which is just stunning. How was
It's so pretty.
Did we do it right?
You did it right. Good job.
Can you note us live?
No, I mean, no, yes, of course. I thought that it was quite beautiful. For those following along at home, we started playing with ideas, I think last week. I mean, I don't know what time is anymore. I think it was last week. And then sort of tabled the end until we built the rest of the show, and then sort of came back to it yesterday, the day before, again, time. And then sort of like really finessed it today, which is really exciting. I think that both of you found something so lovely about it. It really, it's so exciting to explore the feeling of isolation and loneliness also while in relationship to another person. You both sort of were able to really embody that in a way that was really exciting, that you can be a comfort to yourself or to others. And also it was fun for me just because it's like such a quote about like so many of the pieces of movement that have been made over the past year. and to do it on a different person's body, which is funny. Josh and I have such a shorthand now where I'm like, do that thing from that one piece and then do the other thing from that other piece and that thing from that piece, but do it backwards. And then with Nick, I had to be like, oh, I actually have to teach you. I have to do my job. Which was such a treat.
Well, it's nearing 8 o'clock, and we actually have an enormous preset to do for this 9
For the 9 o'clock.
For the 9
Yeah.
o'clock problem.
The 9
You too.
Yeah, Dan,
The 9
Dan,
o'clock.
do I have to change that line at the top intro or no?
No, I don't think so.
Great. The 9 o'clock problem takes place at 7 o'clock. Great.
Right? Because then we'd also have
Oh.
to change the line at the end.
Yeah, no.
Approaching, I think that it's still the 7 o'clock show. It's just been going on for hours
It's
and
gonna
hours and
delightfully
hours.
confuse people
Oh, I
in
love
an
it.
hour. Yeah.
Well,
All right,
you-
Are you
everyone.
sure? Are you sure we shouldn't change it from the beginning?
I love this conversation is happening live.
Okay, let's see. So it's like Joshua William Gelb. It's what June 10th. The blah blah blah. Can we just cut the? Does it ever
the
say
hour?
7? Yeah.
Feel free to comment in the chat. It can be democratic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dan agrees to have the line changed to whatever.
26
it's
seconds
majoritarian, whatever.
I mean, you always say it's either 7 p.m. or 9 p.m., right?
Yes.
Yeah, he does always say.
Well, it's part of the hostage situation proving of liveness.
Yeah.
Right? Like you hold up a newspaper and you say, it is this date and this time.
Yo.
Well, we're doing this.
Yo, why isn't that part of here?
Well,
Just, you know,
I'm gonna leave it up to you, Josh. I
It's
think
live, see?
because you could say. I mean, if this was rehearsal, what would you say? Because the rehearsal is the premise. So like,
Yeah, I would always say 7 in the room.
then say 7.
That's a good point.
Okay.
All
Done.
right.
We ordered the pizza. It's coming soon.
Ooh, enjoy.
It's true. We
Yeah.
ordered a
Could just be
pizza.